Paul Sinha opens up about his toughest health challenge and the lessons he learned. Paul Sinha has long been admired for his sharp intellect, quick humor, and calm presence on British television. As one of the most recognizable faces on ITV's The Chase, he has built a reputation not only as a brilliant quizzer, but also as a thoughtful and articulate personality. Over the years, fans have come to appreciate his honesty, intelligence, and ability to connect with audiences beyond the game itself. In recent times, Paul chose to speak openly about one of the most challenging periods of his life, a health journey that required resilience, patience, and a complete shift in perspective. His openness was not about creating alarm or drama, but about sharing experience, awareness, and hope. This story explores Paul Sinha's journey in a calm, respectful way, focusing on understanding, adaptation, and strength rather than fear or sensationalism. Before discussing health, it's important to understand why Paul Sinha's story resonates so deeply with viewers. Known as the Sinner Man on The Chase, Paul built his career on mental sharpness, memory, and reasoning. Beyond television, he is also a trained medical doctor and a successful stand-up comedian. This combination of intellect and humor has made him a unique voice in British media, someone who understands both science and storytelling. Because of this background, when Paul speaks about health, people listen carefully. Paul Sinha has never framed his health journey as a moment of defeat. Instead, he has spoken about it as a process of learning and adaptation. By choosing openness, he has helped remove stigma around long-term health conditions and shown that life does not stop when challenges appear. Rather than keeping everything private, he has shared selected insights, enough to inform and reassure without turning his personal experience into spectacle. This balance has earned him respect from fans and fellow professionals alike. Health challenges do not arrive suddenly for everyone. Often they develop gradually with subtle changes that can be easy to overlook at first. Paul has spoken about noticing small differences over time, changes that encouraged him to seek professional advice. Because of his medical background, he approached the situation thoughtfully, relying on expert guidance rather than assumptions. This methodical response highlights the importance of listening to one's body and seeking clarity early. His experience reminds viewers that awareness is not about fear, but about understanding. When people hear that doctors have revealed something, it's easy to imagine shocking or frightening news. In reality, medical guidance is often about explanation, planning, and management rather than sudden conclusions. In Paul's case, doctors provided clarity about what was happening and what steps could help maintain quality of life. This process involved learning, adjustment, and patience, not panic. Medical conversations are rarely about one moment. They are ongoing discussions that evolve over time, focusing on long-term well-being. One of the most inspiring aspects of Paul Sinha's journey is how he continues to adapt. Rather than defining himself by limitation, he focuses on what remains possible. He has continued to work, perform, and engage with audiences, sometimes with adjustments, sometimes with a different pace, but always with purpose. Humor, something that has always been central to his personality, remains an important tool. By finding lightness even during difficult moments, he demonstrates resilience in a way that feels authentic and relatable. When Paul shared parts of his journey publicly, the response was overwhelmingly supportive. Fans expressed admiration for his honesty and strength, while colleagues praised his openness and courage. This support highlights how transparency can build connection rather than concern. By speaking calmly and clearly, Paul helped audiences understand without worrying unnecessarily. It also reminded viewers that public figures are human, facing challenges just like anyone else. Strength is often misunderstood as pushing through without pause. Paul's experience challenges that idea. True strength, as his story shows, includes knowing when to slow down, when to adapt, and when to ask for support. By redefining strength in this way, he offers an important message, not just to fans, but to anyone navigating health challenges of their own. Strength is not about denial, it's about acceptance paired with action. Despite adjustments, Paul Sinha has remained active in his career. His role on the chase continues to be appreciated, and his presence remains sharp, engaging, and respected. This continuity reassures fans that health challenges do not automatically end professional lives. With understanding, support, and planning, meaningful work can continue. Paul's journey reflects how experience and adaptation can coexist. One of the most valuable outcomes of Paul's openness is awareness. By speaking responsibly, he helps educate viewers about health without spreading fear. Awareness encourages early attention, empathy, and understanding. It also reminds people that seeking help is not a sign of weakness, it's a step towards clarity. Paul's calm approach ensures that awareness leads to knowledge, not anxiety. While many know Paul Sinha from television, his message reaches far beyond entertainment. It speaks to anyone facing uncertainty, change, or adjustment. Life does not always follow a straight path. Health challenges can reshape routines, goals, and expectations, but they do not erase identity or value. Paul's story shows that dignity, intelligence, and humor can remain constant even when circumstances change. Paul has never promised perfection or ease. Instead, he speaks about managing each stage thoughtfully. Looking ahead, his approach remains realistic but hopeful, focused on what can be done rather than what cannot. This mindset resonates strongly with audiences because it reflects real life, not unrealistic optimism. Paul's journey matters not because it is dramatic, but because it is honest. In a media landscape often filled with extremes, his balanced perspective stands out. By sharing his experience responsibly, he helps normalize conversations about health, adaptation, and resilience. His story encourages understanding rather than speculation. Health challenges do not define a person, they reveal character. Paul Sinha's response has shown intelligence, humility, and strength. His openness encourages people to pay attention to their own well-being, seek guidance when needed, and treat others with empathy. These lessons extend far beyond television screens. Paul Sinha's decision to open up about his health journey was not about creating headlines. It was about honesty, awareness, and connection. His experience shows that even the toughest challenges can be approached with clarity, dignity, and purpose. For fans, his story is reassuring. For others facing similar paths, it is quietly inspiring. And for everyone watching, it is a reminder that resilience often speaks softly, but leaves a lasting impact.